Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your Farming Simulator 2017 Farming Simulator 17 mod contest spotlight. Today we're going to have a look at the Rolnin, which is the weirdest name for a tractor I've ever heard of, and it's probably the weirdest tractor I've ever I'm inside the bonnet. Weirdest tractor I've ever seen. I'm not even sure if this is a real thing. So let's start off outside actually, because I'll need to get the HUD up. Is there any nice little bells and whistles on the outside? Because this is something that you now have to check. No. Any on the inside? My head tracking has gone off on a wonk again. This has... Oh. The hood is mouse controlled for some reason. You can see inside there's no animation whatsoever on the inside of the hood, which is a real shame. Because if you're going to show off the fan, it should really be moving. What does the horn sound like? Pathetic. Right, let's have a look at the animations here. They look okay. They mostly make sense, I guess. The engine sound suddenly dips to a whisper as soon as you start driving, and the suspension is atrocious. Is this wading at all? Oh, quite badly in fact. And the turning circle is galactic. Wonderful. Now, I've heard one or two things about this. I'm gonna have to get this up to a decent speed to check. Top speed is 54 kilometers an hour. Okay, the brake light is actually coming from within the tractor, which that's not a good sign. Lights are weird and not really doing all that much. Rear lights are also weird and also not really doing all that much. And what the... Oh, it's those lights. Why don't these lights on the front work at all? Is there like a separate button to turn these on? Or do they just not work? Those lights... Yeah, they make some sort of sense, I guess. Question is, why don't these lights on the front work? They should be the first lights turned on, not the work lights. Indicators... That's just a solid light. That's not flashing. And it's the same on the back. Yeah, that's not very good. Beacons work. Does it get dirty? Oh, it's one of these dirt skins where it just kind of... Yeah, it becomes darker for some reason. Just covered in dust, which doesn't really make much sense. Any indication of animations with the drivetrain? That makes no sense up there. That's... Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced by this tractor. It's weird looking. The dirt skin is questionable at best. The sounds are just off. The volumes are a bit everywhere. It's got wheel weights that do next to nothing. It wades through corners. The turning circle is, yeah, so big that it can turn at 43 kilometers an hour, and it just kind of leans into the turn. I do like how the front wheels do lean. That I do like, but the light system, it makes zero sense whatsoever. There's, you know, perfectly good set of headlights on the front that don't have any function whatsoever. The indicators are just solid. The horn's pathetic, but that's more of an aesthetic, or I guess an auditory thing. The horn just doesn't sound right for this. And I honestly don't think a tractor this size would lean as much as this thing is, which is why I'm going around in circles. I'll just stop it for people who get motion sick. And yeah, not the greatest, gonna be honest. Bit of a mess. Yeah, there's so much wrong that's quite small that I really wouldn't advise you get this. Is there a... No, there's no log errors for this thing. There's so much going on that's wrong, that's small, that I'm worried, genuinely concerned that this has a bigger issue hidden somewhere that I'm not going to find in the next, 2-3 hours even. If I look at it, it'll be something hidden within that'll, like, blow up your game or something. I wouldn't advise you to get this mod just because it's got so many small problems. It would be really good if there's a bit more polish, a bit more sheen to it, if the leaning wasn't as bad, if the indicators actually flashed instead of just being orange lights on the side, if the headlights worked, if there were animations on the engine. If you're going to show off the engine by raising up the hood with a mouse control, you really need to be able to show off the animations of the engine. That's why people do it. It's like, well, I've animated this, now I've got to, I'm going to let people see it, so I'm going to have a little animation that's mouse controlled or whatever, where you can raise the hood to show off those animations, and it doesn't have that. It's a lot of little things, but they kind of pot up. The dirt skin is questionable at best, and I would honestly call it bad. Just because of the way that it works, it doesn't make sense to me. Getting the entire tractor darker somehow with, yes. There are different tire options with this tractor. I forgot to show you guys, but at this point I really wouldn't advise you getting it. You can get rear twin wheels, which, for reasons of why, it looks cool. It might be a good thing to just have sat like in a shop somewhere or in your yard. But in terms of actually trying to play the game with it, the galactic turning circle paired with the fact that it just wallows through corners and kind of rolls a bit, that's kind of, if you got any weight in it, it's probably going to start trying to roll. That's not a good thing. The light issues, they're minor, but they're things that shouldn't have happened. Lack of animations, again, minor, but something that shouldn't have happened. And it's a case of a lot of small things coming to bite the mod, and to hurt the mod, more importantly. And I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. That's why it exists. I'll leave you by saying, I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching your Farming Simulator 17 Mod Contest Spotlight. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.